Well, I'm off up to put some supers on for hives. Why don't you come with me and see how I get on? I'll probably get stung. Here we are then, up here at the apiary, and it's the 21st of March and it's 17 centigrade with full sun, no cloud. So it's very early in the year, as I said on my last video, but there's loads of oilseed rape right next to this apiary and it's all coming out, and the bees are really needing space already. It's just because the weather and the time of the year when this oilseed rape has come out. So it's a bit like farming really. It's not just dates that I go by what the weather forecast is and what crops we've got about. So this is how I do it, and it's not the same for everyone else. It's just my way of beekeeping. So we're going a hive together and I'll pop a super on there, and over the winter I've been doing loads of DIY, and that end stand over there was about 10 or 15 years old, and I've renewed that one. It was a bit rickety, so it's got a nice new stand on there. I spent the winter mucking about doing these things, so we're going here together, have a look to see what's going on. It might not be so good as it looks on the outside, you never know. So come on, come with me and let's have a look, see what we can see. Right, I always find it handy when you're doing your first inspection of the spring to have a container to put any burr cone in, because I like to try and start off the season with a nice tidy hive. I think it makes life so much easier. So I've got just the one super to put on here, and what I try to do when I'm doing the beekeeping is I try to have, if I've got a brood and a half, I have the full brood on top of the half in the summer but not in the winter, and I'll show you why I do that. So I've got the big brood box here and I've got the super there, which is a brood and a half really. Hopefully there should be some eggs up here and maybe a little bit down here, but in the summer if you get any queen cells they're always in between these two boxes, normally anyway, and so they're along there. So I like to have the big box above the little box, because then if the queen cells are on this and not on that, you can put that straight into a nuke. You can put these into a nuke, but they're the wrong size frames. So these are the correct size frames for my nuke, so I have that on the top and this on the bottom. Queen cells go in there then normally. So hope that's clear to any new people that are not too sure, because I know there's loads of people watch my channel that are much better beekeepers than I am, but it's a good thing for new beekeepers to understand that. You don't have to swap them over, but I prefer to. I can take these mite trays out now as well, and I can have a look on here, and there's just no mites really. I can't really see any. So there's a bee that landed there, look, smells of pollen and that's on there. I can't see any mites on there, so you know that's been in there like that for a few weeks now, so the treatment's worked. The old trusty smoker going, that'll be alright, should keep them at bay. Let's have a look in here and see what we find. I still continue to leave my insulation on for a little bit longer yet. That's a lamb's wool insulation. There is a little bit of food left here still from the winter stores, so I've got a little bit of burr cone there. I'll clean that off now, pop it in that box. It's quite easy to do. Yeah, I'm not killing any bees. I've got them down with the smoke. Go across here before they come up and just get it off of there. A little bit on there and that's it. That's nice and tidy then. Yeah, no bees killed in that process. Have a look along here now. There's still honey there. So these bees haven't really ate a lot of honey, look. They're all still full up, look. There's some honey and pollen on that frame. We've got a little bit of pollen all around here and down this part. This is honey. So the next frame we'll probably find some brood on that. We might even see the queen, so keep an eye out, and I'll always be ready to mark the queen in case it's not marked. Have a look on there. There's eggs on this frame, quite a few eggs on there, so the queen is not on there. I can't see her, so I know we're okay for the queen laying eggs because she's definitely laying eggs. I'll have a look down here. Use that JPEG a bit there just to lift that. We might find the queen on here somewhere. We've got some nice capped brood there, look. This is capped, and round here is larvae and eggs. So it's a fairly nice pattern. So that pattern there will be going down in the bottom box as well. We're looking for the queen if we see her. Hooray. They're a little bit looking at my hand and that there, so I'm going to give them a bit of smoke, and they get a little bit defensive there. I find the key is not to give them too much smoke, only give it to them if you feel they're getting a little out of control, which they were. I expect the smoke has sent the queen downstairs anyway to the bottom box. Let's have a look on here. I can't actually see a queen. Have a look at that beautiful pattern of, look, a lovely pattern of brood there, all the way from there all the way around there like that. So this time of year that is so good. We've got no worries here with this one. There's a nice pollen frame there. Got plenty of pollen in there, all around there, all that is pollen. Well, I'll be swapping the boxes over now. Not everyone swaps boxes over, that's what I do. Now I'm getting this base cone off of here. There is a lot of bees going in the front of this hive. They are a little bit defensive, to be honest, but this was a swarm, so the genetics in it from a swarm. You never know what you're going to get with a swarm. But that's all empty in there. There's a lot of brood in there, well, fair amount. I can't see the queen on there, but this here, the whole frame is drone. This is where the drones were in there, the bigger cells, so the queen will lay drones in there again, but I don't mind some drones. Last one to look at. Look, there's some white pollen there on the bee, and all these have still got the yellow pollen. They've only just landed in the hive. They've still got the pollen on them, waiting to unload it. Well, I didn't see the queen in there, but I didn't do a thorough check. But she's laying loads of eggs, so now I'm going to put this on the top now. Put the little one now here. The big one there. Now if I get any queen cells now, they'll be on the bottom of this box. So I'm putting that on there. Soup on there. I will put the mite tray back in here now to keep a bit of warmth in, and I'll take the mite tray out in about 2 or 3 weeks time. And some people might say, because I'm sure there will be, that everyone's different at beekeeping, some people might say that's too early to put a super on there, but I know for a fact that they're bringing in oilseed rape now, and they'll be filling up where I want the queen to lay eggs. If I don't have that on, I know they'll be filling up those frames where the queen must be laying eggs, so I give them opportunity to have that room. It can be a little bit cooler for them, yes, but we've got insulation on there, and I've got the mite tray in underneath to stop any drafts, so, and the entrance is quite reduced as well. So anyway, that's that one done, and that's how I do it. When it's not everybody's way. Just make that dead clear, but it's my way. Okay, Frank Sinatra used to sing that, didn't he? I did it my way. and that's it with beekeeping. Do it your own way. Okay, so that's that one done, and I'll have to show you what I did on the other two. Well, the one next to it, I've just I didn't bother filming this, but I saw the queen, so I thought I'd start filming it. This one is a double brood box. So look, these are a little bit, this was another swarm, and they're a little bit defensive as well, but I'll be changing the queens and all these. But these, let me just show you this, look, really slowly. This is the top box, and the queen was on here. I've got her in the cage now. You see, look, it's got quite a lot of brood in there. You know, this queen's laying even more. I'll show you another one quick. Show you this one, then I'm going to show you the queen. It's quite it's safe from a swarm. Oops, trying to sting me, that one. There's quite a nice frame of look, there's a little bit of chalk brood in there, can you see? Look, in there there's a little bit of chalk brood there, so you know that was a swarm, so you never know what you're going to get when you get a swarm. So I'll be changing the queen anyway. I thought I would just mention about the chalk brood. I normally do it in 3 different stages. First stage is leave it alone, because the weather is for 1 or 2 weeks should be really good now, and that will get rid of any damp in there, and you've got a bit of airflow and all that, and also the hygienic bees should take those chalk brood out. But if that fails after 2 weeks, then I get any frames that have got chalk brood on, take them away, and then I replace them with drawn foundation. The queen will lay in them straight away, and then if that doesn't happen, if that doesn't work, in 3 weeks after that, then I do the drastic measure of replacing the hive with a new hive, new frames of foundation, and I shake all the bees out into the hive, and also put a new queen in there, give them loads of feed, and then that normally does tackle the situation. But that's the third option you've got. Well, this is how I do it anyway. I'm not telling you how to beekeep, this is just how I do it. So the first stage would be just the easy stage of leaving it to see what happens within 2 weeks. Second stage is take some frames out, replace them. Third stage is renew the whole lot with a new queen. I'll be putting a new queen in here anyway as soon as I've got some red. Okay, so that's my way of sorting out chalk brood. Also, it's very important that I wash my hive tool in between each inspection. This is the only hive with chalk brood in it, so I don't want to be spreading these spores to other hives. So wash my hive tool after each inspection, change my gloves as well. I normally wash it in bleach and soda, so that's very important. And don't put any frames from here into another hive, so completely kind of isolate this, even in one apiary. Don't mix nothing at all. There's a queen in here. Let's show you that. The culprit of the chalk brood, well, colony, isn't it? You can see the queen in there, look. It's got a little bit of white mark on her still. I might put a bit more paint on her, because I will need to get rid of her when I've got some of my nice friendly queens, because they're not that good. And also, you know, didn't like the chalk brood, but I'll sort that out. Right, there's my new stand. Look, it's really thick. I don't know, I think that's 5 inches by 2 inch pieces of wood. That'll last me for another 15 years, I reckon. So that's really good. It's nice and solid. So on here I had, look, I've got the brood there, the big box there, and the small box at the bottom, and I've got a queen excluder here, and I've got the super there, because it went into winter like this, as I said on my last video. But popping a queen excluder in there, finding the queen, making sure she's down here, and then they'll be putting the honey up in the top one. So that's how I do it, and that's another little episode over from John B. Man. So thanks for watching, everyone. I do appreciate. I've actually reached 3,000 subscribers, which is amazing to me, because I'm only playing about, filming what I get up to, but everyone seems to quite enjoy it. There are some that don't, but anyway, so see you again on the next episode, everyone. Ta-da! Gosh, great is beekeeping. We love it, don't we?